Today we will be hearing about the great hero, Rasajna. So far, in Bhagavad Pravaha, we have heard the overview of Bhagavatam, and then how Srimad Bhagavatam is Lord Krishna himself, as endorsed by Padma Purana. And after that, the whole Bhagavatam just in one. And then first canto of Bhagavatam, second canto, third canto, fourth canto, fifth canto, sixth canto. In the sixth canto, the first part is Harinama Poshana. How Harinama has given nourishment, sustenance, and protected Ajamila. That was the first part of the sixth canto. It was very nice to hear the Poshana. And the second part, we have heard about Visarga, how all the species have filled the Brahmanda through Daksha Prajapati. And in the third part, we have heard about Vishwarupa and Indra, right? So far. And today we will hear about Vritrasura. And in this whole sixth canto, the Harinam Poshana, first canto, and the devotion of Vritrasura. This is the theme of the subject in the sixth canto. I feel very, very honored to speak about this great divine hero, Vritrasura. So what we have heard is, in the last class, Indra, he killed one after the other. First of all, he insulted, he disrespected Brihaspati, right? Did not follow the etiquettes. He disrespected Brihaspati. After that, he killed Vishwarupa. He cut off the heads of the Vishwarupa, thinking that he felt very insecure that he would lose his throne because Vishwarupa was offering oblations to the demons also. So after that, Vashta, who is the father of Vishwarupa, he did the yajna. And from the yajna, he brought this demon out, Vritrasura. So Vashta meant to bring a demon that is supposed to kill Indra. But because his Ucharana, his pronunciation of the Vedic mantras was not very accurate, then the meaning got reversed. So the demon that came out of this fire, it is this demon will be killed by Indra. So this demon is called Vritrasura. So Vritrasura came out of the, appeared out of the fire and then immediately attacked the demons. So demons could not withstand him. Then they went to Lord Vishnu. Lord Vishnu heard demigods could not withstand Vishwarupa. So demigods went to Lord Vishnu and offered prayers. Then Lord Vishnu said, okay. First of all, he chastises a little bit. And after that, he says, okay, since you have come to me anyway, yeah, this is what you need to do. You go to Dadichi Muni and ask for his bones. Ask for his bones means you go to Dadichi Muni and ask him to die. So ask Dadichi Muni the bones. His body is very strong because of his austerity. So ask for his bones. And in his bones, I will invest my strength. Thus comes the Vajrayuda. With that thunderbolt, Vajrayuda, you kill Vritrasura. Lord Vishnu says this to Indra. And we think, what? Here is Indra coming, who is only a Sakama Bhakta, who is running around here and there, so he can protect, he can have his kingdom, and he can rule. And here is Lord Vishnu giving a plot of how Dadichi can be killed, and with his bones, how Vritrasura can be killed? What? Dadichi, Vritrasura, they're devotees. What is this Lord Vishnu doing? That immediate thought of when we do not know the tattva is apara vichar. That vichar, that thought, that is temporary, which is lacking in the knowledge. And what is paravichar? Paravichar is that truth that does not change, transcendental thinking, a thinking that is beyond the effect of mode of passion, lower modes, beyond the effect of ignorance or passion, and even the mixed goodness of this world. That is paravichar. It's transcendental truth. What is the paravichar? Bhagavan cannot, the Bhagavad Tattva cannot harm, cannot cause inauspiciousness to Jiva Tattva. It cannot. It is like this. Sun cannot be dark, right? Sun has to be bright. It's the Tattva of the sun. Sun has to be bright. It's the Tattva of Bhagavan that the Bhagavan is going to be merciful. He is merciful. If we are unable to see the sun, it's not because the sun is dark. It's because a cloud came in between, and that's why we cannot see the sun. Same with Bhagavad Tattva. Bhagavan cannot be not merciful. His effulgence is karuna. And if we are not able to see the karuna, then it is just a cloud, a lack of knowledge that is covering us. So we will see how Lord Vishnu is so super merciful. Yes, he is merciful to Indra, but he's super merciful to Dadichi and Vritrasura. We will see how. So Lord Vishnu gives the plan. And then Indra and the demigods, they go to Dadichi Muni. So that's where we are going to enter. Dadichi Muni. From their conversations, we will know these great souls. Let's hear what Dadichi Muni is saying. Yes, this is the one. This, you see it here, Dadichi Muni. Yeah. Dadichi Muni, he was, he's also called Ashwashira. There's a story behind this. These are the two Ashwini Kumaras sitting here. So once upon a time, they wanted to hear the Vedic knowledge. These two are surgeons, by the way, surgeons in the demigods. They wanted to hear Vedic knowledge from Dadichi Muni. But there was a, I am unable to recall the whole story, but there was a, if Dadichi Muni gives this knowledge to somebody, then his head, he would be beheaded. So there was something like that. And then Ashwini Kumaras, they said, okay, we will put the Ashwa, head of the horse, and then you can relay the Vedic knowledge to us. And after that, when the head gets beheaded, we will put your original head back onto you. We will do the plastic surgery again. Yeah. So like that. So for that reason, Dadichi Muni is also called Ashwashira, because he imparted the Vedic knowledge to Ashwini Kumaras with the head of the Ashwa. And after that, of course, you see his head is lying here. His head is put back again. So he's back to his original form. That's Dadichi Muni. He's sitting here, Dadichi Muni. And these demigods, but this was long time ago and has nothing to do with the episode here. I just have to say because the picture was here. So these demigods, after they got this instruction from Lord Vishnu, they came to Dadichi Muni. And they said, the demigod said this, we are here because we are asking for your body. And Dadichi Muni, he looks at the demigods and he says, jokingly says, what? You're asking me to die? You're asking my body, my bones. It means you're asking me to die. Do you know how painful it is to die? There's a lot of pain at the time of death. And for jivas, this body is very dear. How can I give up my body? Huh? And then demigods say, oh, please do not say that. Yes, of course, it's going to be painful to leave the body during the time of death. But only selfish people think like that. But the selfless people don't think like that. And guess what? This instruction is from Lord Vishnu. Then Dadichi Muni says, even then, my body is very dear to me. It's very painful to give away body. He says that. So, but soon Dadichi Muni says, he comes to the talk with demigods. And he says, yeah, of course, I know why you are here. And I just said those words just because I wanted to hear a dharma of a soul, moral dharma of a jiva from you. And, the demigods were saying the dharma of a selfless person is to sacrifice. The demigods were saying that, right? So in order to hear those words from you, I just said that. But of course, I am more than happy to give my body. I feel very pitiful to those people who don't have compassion. And we want to abide by the religious principles. And we want to use this body for the good of others, welfare of others. This body is going to be perished anyway. So it's better that this body is utilized in the benefit of others. He says that. So Dadichi Muni is not an ordinary devotee. We see Indra is an ordinary devotee here clearly, much more better than what we do or I do. But Dadichi Muni is a far more purified soul. He did not think, how come Lord Vishnu made you ask me, my bones? He did not think like that. That thought did not even come to him. And we will soon see Vrtrasura, he is one step ahead. So these two great souls, they did not think, how come Lord Vishnu gave this plan that you should come and ask? How come he plotted against us, our death? They did not think like that, because they know the tattva of Bhagavan. They know Bhagavan is super merciful. Jatasya hi mritu. Whoever takes the body, whoever has the janma has to have mrityu. And whoever has mrityu, they have to take the body again. Jatasya dhruvam mrityu, mritam janma. Wherever there is death, there is life again. And when there is life, there is death again. Dadichi Muni knows that. So, a person who takes the life, or any jiva that takes the life, has to die as per the rules of karma. But what glorious death is that Dadichi had, that Lord Vishnu had thought of Dadichi and made arrangements for him to come back to spiritual realm. That's a glorious death. Those are the ways of Bhagavan. Whatever he does, whatever he says, there is only auspiciousness. So, ye yadamam prapatyante tams tadaiva bhajamyaham. Lord Vishnu he knew the cadre of Dadichi, how exalted he is. So that's why he made a personal arrangement for Dadichi, so he can come to his spiritual realm. And Dadichi, we may wonder, then what about the pain? These great souls, tapanti vividas tapanaita matkata chetasaha. Madashrayaha kadamrishtaha shrinvanti kadayanti cha tapanti vividastapanaita matkata chetasaha. These great souls, they are so much absorbed in the transcendental qualities of the Lord. The absorption of the mind in the Bhagavan is so much so that they don't realize or feel the pain of the body. It's like this, even for us ordinarily, when we are so much focused on, say, very interesting movie, and if our leg goes numb or back hurts, for some time we don't feel the pain. Though the pain is there, we don't feel much, right? To our little experience, we could relate to that. Right? These are million times more purified souls. So they don't feel the pain of body being separated from the soul, because they are so much absorbed in the transcendental movie that goes on within them. Yeah, in the transcendental realm, like that. So Dadichi, when he said, okay, please, I am up for this. You can take my body. And after he says that, he goes into samadhi. And then he goes into rapt attention into the absorption of Bhagavan, and he doesn't even realize that his soul is getting separated from the body. Those are the ways of these great souls. So Lord Vishnu knew that he is such a purified soul. He has this ability and absorption in him that he would not feel the pain. So that's why, though it is said that it sounds like, oh, Lord Vishnu plotted, but that's not the case. Lord Vishnu very mercifully made that arrangement. He didn't have any pain, and he could go back to the spiritual realm. So that's Dadichi. From Dadichi Muni's body, the bones were taken out. Indra took out the bones, and Vishwakarma, he made the Vajrayuda, thunderbolt weapon. Now, Indra, with the demigods, he ran towards Vritrasura. By this time, Vritrasura, he had his little demon army, and Indra had his huge demigod army. And the army of the demigods was so strong, but the demons, they were very weak, and just in the beginning of the war itself, the demons started escaping from the battlefield. They were running away, and behind these running demons, who were scared to death and wanted to save their lives, behind these running demons, demigods started chasing them. Vritrasura, he was just looking at that scene, and Srimad Bhagavatam explains the whole thing in such a beautiful way. Here it is all concised here, but Srimad Bhagavatam says, Vritrasura was laughing, peaceful, and was laughing at that scene. And then he says, he looks at the demons, his own demon army. He looks at them and says, oh, my friends, demons, what are you doing? Are you Kshatriyas? That's Kshatriyas escape from the battlefield like this? Huh? This is not glorious. See, the Kshatriyas, they will have glorious death on the battlefield in two ways. One is, in the battlefield, when they are dying, if they leave the body in the meditation of the Supreme Lord, that is very glorious. At least, if that cannot be done, just dying in the battlefield is glorious because they can go to heaven. First thing you cannot do. Meditating on the Supreme Lord, leaving your body on the battlefield, you cannot do. At least do the second thing. Just come back, fight. You are Kshatriyas. Death is unavoidable anyway. Accept it with all glory. These are the words of Vritrasura. This hero, divine hero, the hero with all divine qualities, just started opening his mouth. First addressed his army who are running away. And he goes, death is unavoidable, therefore accept it with glory. Vritrasura, he knows why he is born. He also knows that his death is inevitable on the battlefield. And still, these are the words that are coming out from Vritrasura. But these demon friends, they were still scared, very feared. And they still continue to run away, escape. And now Vritrasura turns towards the demigods, who are continuing to chase these demons who are fearful and escaping from the battlefield. First of all, the Kshatriyas don't run away from that battlefield. That Vritrasura already said that to his demonic army, his friends. And now he turns to demigods and says, what kind of Kshatriyas are you? Don't you know the etiquette of the battlefield? Where is your niti? Where is your yuddha niti? You're demigods? Can anybody attack a person who is running away from the battlefield? You don't do that. Then where is your code and conduct? How come you are demigods? Vritrasura says that. Because demigods are not supposed to attack. That's the code and conduct of the battlefield. You don't attack an enemy who is running away from the battlefield. So Vritrasura says that to the demigods. And then, that's the next slide. After saying that, he goes towards the demigods. Now, Vritrasura is almost, he's left out single. All the demons, the demon army, they all escaped in fear. Now, this hero, Vritrasura, he steps towards the demigods. He was so huge that his roaring was like a lion thunderbolt. Indra actually has the thunderbolt, not the Vritrasura. But his roaring was so fearful, demigods started shaking. Just with the roaring, it did not start the war yet. And demigods fainted with the roaring of Vritrasura. And they closed their eyes in fear. And Vritrasura started walking. And again, the dear devotees, Vritrasura. Vritra is, he was covering the sky. It was a huge demon. The body is huge demon. So as he is moving one foot after the other towards the demons, it was like a huge elephant trampling on the bamboo trees. So here it is. When Vritrasura was walking, his feet, all these demigod army, they were just being crushed. That huge was Vritrasura. So that way he was heading towards the demigod army, and these demigods are being crushed with his huge body, and then he goes to Indra. He looks at Indra. And what he does was, looking at Vritrasura, Indra, he starts fighting. First, he throws his club, Gada, onto Vritrasura. Indra's Gada was, if you look at this picture, in the hands of Vritrasura, it did not even come to his little finger, a tip of the little finger. That was the Gada of Indra. So Vritrasura, now that the fight has started, that little Gada that he caught, Indra's Gada, he just holds like that and he throws that back to Indra like that. With that little throw of Gada, Airavata and the Indra that was sitting on Airavata, they were just thrown away 18 yards. And then Airavata, it falls down. Airavata is the elephant of Indra. And of course, Indra also falls down. Then Vritrasura, he does not do anything because the enemy fell down. And you cannot attack the enemy in that way. The enemy has to be ready again with a weapon. Look at the code and conduct of Vritrasura. So who is the hero here? Who knows the code and conduct, the Yuddha Niti, code and conduct of the battlefield? Who spoke that and who did that? Vritrasura. It was not the demigods. It's not Indra. So Vritrasura waited for Indra to recover and get up. And meanwhile, Vritrasura was getting so angry because he's remembering Vishwarupa was his brother, because Twashta's son was Vishwarupa with the 3 heads, right? And this Vritrasura is also a son because he is born from the yajna done by Twashta. So Vritrasura is thinking. He's thinking of his brother that was killed, and he says, Indra, you have killed my brother who was sinless. And not only, first of all, you have insulted your guru, and then after that, you have killed my brother. He was sinless. He was actually trying to help you. He didn't want to take the priesthood. Just for your sake, he took that. He was helping you. And you mercilessly butchered him. You think you're a demigod? What kind of papi, sinful butcher you are? If I throw this trident and then kill you, Indra, even the fire will not touch you. That's sinful you are. And if your demigod army comes to stop me from killing you, I will smash them all. Says that. And during this war, if you try to kill me and if I die, I have no problem with it. I will give my body as a food to all the living beings. Let the vultures come and eat. And I will be released from the debt of my brother. As a brother, I have my debt to kill my brother's enemy. So in that attempt, if I'm killed, no problem. But if you are killed, Indra, even the fire will not touch you. That sinful butcher you are. These are the words of the warriors on the battlefield. And so Vritrasura says that. And then, even in spite of saying all this, Indra just looks at him. But Vritrasura says, why are you looking at me? Just get up. You have Vajrayudha with you. Did you forget that? Throw that Vajrayudha on me. Kill me with that Vajrayudha. Indra would not move a bit. He was thinking, I just threw the Gada. My powerful Gada did not even touch Vritrasura. Didn't even come to the tip of his little finger. How about this Vajrayudha? So he's doubting Vajrayudha. Where did this Vajrayudha come from? Lord Vishnu came as an answer to the prayer, said, okay, you go to the Dichimuni. I'll have my strength placed in this Vajrayudha. And this Vajrayudha is going to kill Vritrasura. Lord Vishnu said this all. So where is the faith for Indra, in the words of Lord Vishnu, that he's hesitating to use Vajrayudha? He's thinking the club he threw was more powerful. So he was hesitant to throw the Vajrayudha, if this is going to be powerful or not. Exactly as opposite, completely opposite to what Indra is thinking, Vritrasura says, you have that Vajrayudha with you. That is empowered by Lord Vishnu. And that Vajrayudha is meant to kill me. throw that Vajrayuda on me, Indra. Looks like Vritrasura can't wait to leave his body. And here, Indra can't stop himself from killing anybody, whoever is coming in the way of his kingdom and prestige, and to enjoy this material opulence. Just the opposite, huh? Who is the demigod here? Who is the demon here? Who is the devotee here? Whose faith is strong here? So Vritrasura had that much faith on Thunderbolt, the Vajrayuda. And not only the faith in Lord Vishnu's words that the Thunderbolt is going to kill him, the Vajrayuda is going to kill him. Do we see? He is very eager. He is very eager to die. Eager to die? Why? Why does he want to die? Yeah, that comes next. Indra couldn't stop himself from killing the people, from getting what he wants. And here Vritrasura can't wait to be killed. Such a contrast. Such a contrast. Dear devotees, these two examples, they will stay in our vision and really guide us. And really guide us in pure devotion. So, Vritrasura, he knows that he's going to die, but he wants to do his dharma as a warrior and do the war. And at the same time, he is instructing Indra that you are on the battlefield, your dharma is to kill, so kill, attack me. Not only he is being a warrior, but he is encouraging Indra to be a warrior to kill him. Then, so Indra, after saying that, still Indra would not move a bit. He's not throwing the thunderbolt. He's not throwing the Vajrayuda. And again, Vritrasura cannot wait to die. Cannot wait to leave this body. Why? Because he was so much absorbed in the Lord that his body is acting as a barrier to go to his cherished destination. So Vritrasura looked at Indra. This Indra is not throwing that Vajrayuda on me. Oh, when will I be liberated from this demoniac body? That is what Vritrasura is thinking. And he offers these 4 beautiful prayers. This is the crux for us. It's the cream of the subject matter for us today. Vritrasura, this is on the battlefield. After he is encouraging Indra so much to throw that Vajrayuda on him, and Indra is still in shock. He's like, my Gadha is gone. I don't know what will happen to this thunderbolt. And he looks so huge. I am incapacitated. And he is asking me to kill him. He is in shock. He's unable to recover. And meanwhile, Vritrasura, he said, oh, this Indra is waste. He's not even killing me. Oh, Krishna. Oh, Lord, where are you? I am unable to bear this separation from you. Aham hare tava padaika mula dasanu daso bhavitasmi bhuyaha manah smaratashu manah smare asupate gunamste drinitava karma karotu kayaha. Vritrasura is saying, Aham hare tava padaika mula dasanu daso bhavitasmi bhuya. Oh, my Lord, when will I be again with tava padaika mula dasanu daso? When will I be with those great saints that have taken shelter of your lotus feet? Mana smaret asupater gunansta. When will my mind, mana, smarana, will be thinking of asupater gunansta, Lord Hari's guna, transcendental qualities. When will my mind be totally absorbed in the thought of the auspicious qualities of you, Lord Hari? Grinitava karma karotu kayaha. Grinitava. When will my walk, speech be filled with your glories? Karma karotu kaya. When will my body be engaged in your karma, in your service? All this when aham hare tava padaika moola dasanudaso bhavitasmi bhuya. When can I meet your dearmost servants that took shelter of your lotus feet, so my mind can be absorbed in your thoughts, in your kalyana gunagana, so my words be glorification of you, so my body can be engaged in the seva. And then he says, now he's asking for that saintly association, the Sharanagata Bhakta, right? Tava padaika moola dasanudaso. Whoever has taken the shelter at your lotus feet. So Dhritarashtra is asking for the Sangha of the Sharanagata Bhakta again. It means he had it in the past. We'll get to know that later. Okay. So that's the first thing he said. Oh, Lord Hari, when would I get that Sangha of the Bhaktas that have taken shelter of your lotus feet? And next, he says, he's clear by this time what he wants. He clearly, single pointedly, he's clear about this one point, that when would I meet these Sharanagata Bhakta again? So he's clear about what he wants, and he's also clear about what he does not want. What doesn't he want? Na nakaprashtam, na chaparameshtyam, na sarvabhaumam, na rasadhipatyam, na yoga siddhir apunarbhavam va, samanjasatva virahaya kankshe. Nanaka prashtam. I don't want this Swarga Dhuvalokas. Nacha Parameshtyam. I don't want the Brahmaloka. Nasarvabhaumam. I don't want the Sarvabhauma of this whole Bhumandala. Narasadhipatyam. I don't want the Adipatyam, authority over this lower planetary system. So basically he covered the whole Brahmanda. Right? And the Yoga Siddhir, I do not want any Siddhi, not the Ashta Siddhis. Apunar Bhavan Va, I don't even want the liberation. He clearly enumerated, I don't want this, I don't want this, I don't want this. Nothing of this Brahmanda. No planetary system of this Brahmanda. I don't want any position. I do not want any prestige. I do not want any mystic powers of Yoga Siddhi. I will not even ask for my miseries to end. I don't want liberation. Samanjasa. Va virahaya kanshi. If these things are virahaya, separating me from your lotus feet, I do not want any one of them. This is Dhritarashtra, who is looking like a huge demon, saying these prayers in the middle of the battlefield, where he has none of his followers who has escaped, and when after he repeatedly encouraged Indra to fight against him and kill him, these are his prayers. So now that he's clear what he wants and what he does not want, and next, his earnestness for the Lord. He is relishing now the bonding with the Lord. What kind of relishment he has? Ajata paksha vivamataram kagaha stanyam yatha vatsataraha kshudartaha priyam priyaiva vishitam vishannaha Mano Aravindaksham Titrikshate Tvam. Oh my Lord, I am so much dependent on you. Ajata Paksha Iva Mataram Khagaham. Like a little bird, these little birds that are in the nest, they don't have the wings yet. They cannot fly. They just wait, simply wait for the mother bird to come. And the mother bird comes and she had to put the food that she's carrying in her beak into the mouth of the little birds. I am that dependent on you as those little birds which doesn't have the wings and is just waiting for the mother bird. Mataram Kagaha. Then he thinks, yes, that is my dependency. But I also want to come to you. I am eager to come to you. Stanyam yada vatsataraha kshudartaha. He says, like a calf which is really hungry for the milk of her mother, I want to run like that calf to the mother cow so I can drink the milk from the mother cow. So I am like that little calf who wants to run towards the mother cow to drink the milk of mother cow. And then he thinks, yeah, I am dependent like that little bird waiting for mother bird. And yes, I want to run like this little calf towards the mother calf, but I also want to serve. So I am dependent. I have the earnestness, but I also want to serve. How? Priyam priyeva yushitam vishannaha. Like a chaste wife awaiting her husband who has gone far and haven't returned yet. So, as the chaste wife is desiring to serve the husband after having seen for a long time, So I am like that chaste wife for you, my Lord. Mano Aravindaksha Titrikshate Tvam. Oh Aravindaksha, I am waiting on you like that. These are the different transcendental levels and emotions of the devotees. Words are the limitations to express. This is the most it could get to. And these are the feelings of Rudrasura, the great soul, Atma towards the Paramatma. How dependent is he? How earnest is he? And how much he wants to serve. And then he thinks, yeah, I am dependent, I am earnestness, and I want to serve. But who am I? What is my capacity? Mamuttama shloka janeshu sakyam samsara chakre brahmatasva karmibhi Tvam mayayatma atmajaddaragaheshu asakta chittasya nanadha bhuya. After he called out to the Lord with that dependency, with that earnestness, and wanting to serve the Lord like that, Rudrasura, the great Rudrasura, the great devotee Rudrasura says, what is my position, huh? Samsara chakre brahmatasva karmibi. In this samsara chakra, in this wheel of birth and death, Brahmata, I'm wandering, swakarmibi, because of the actions that I've done. I'm in this karma cycle wandering. Twan mayaya, because of the influence of your external energy. Atmaja dara diheshu. Asakti is attachment. Asakta chittasya. My chitta, my consciousness is so much attached to this house, wife, family, and my wealth. And this is all because of the influence of Twan Mayaya, your external energy. Nanata Bhuyat. That's why Mama Uttama Shloka Janeshu Sakyam. That's why I am looking for the Sakyam, for the friendship, for the association of Mama Uttama Shloka Janeshu. Uttama Shloka. Mama, I am looking for Sakyam, the association, friendship of Uttama Shloka Janeshu. Uttama Shloka is the Lord, Janeshu is people. The people of the Lord, the men of the Lord, devotees of the Lord. So I know I have all this earnestness and I realize I'm dependent on you. I want to serve you, but I'm incapable to do so without the Uttama Shloka Janeshu. Your devotees, your dear devotees, they have to give me the shelter. They have to give me the Sangha. And only then I will be able to serve you. So kindly give me the shelter. These are the prayers Pratrasara offered. What he wants is Aham Hare Tava Padaika Mula Dasanu Daso Bhavitasmi Bhuya. He wants that, and he does not want any of this in the Brahmanda, and not the Yoga Siddhi, and not the liberation. And after that, as he's relishing his relationship with the Lord, he realizes that he is just in samsara chakra, Brahmata, wandering, a struggling soul in this samsara chakra, influenced by the external energy. That's why he's seeking Mama Uttama Shloka Janeshu Sakyam. Please give me the shelter of Uttama Shloka Janeshu. In this, everything is covered. What does he want? Why does he want? What does he not want? And his rasa with the Lord. So he says these prayers. He is in his meditation and prayers on one side, and Indra is in his shock on the other side. He was thinking, Indra is totally confused by this time. He's thinking, what? Here I am, Indra, unable to even touch him with my weapons. I am shocked, and I'm not even inspired to fight. And here he is offering such great praise. He doesn't seem to be an ordinary demon. Indra realizes this by this time. These prayers are not ordinary. Then Vritrasura, after he recites these prayers, he looks at Indra and then he throws his trident. And even before that, when he throws the trident, Indra falls down along with his Vajrayuda. He just woke up along with his elephant Airavata. He managed to wake up, stand up, and then start to fight. And he held the Vajrayuda, but he could not throw. And Vritrasura saying, no, just throw the thunderbolt. And he went doing the prayers, Vritrasura. Still Indra wasn't able to do anything. He threw the trident. This time, the Vajrayuda fell off Indra's hand. And that's a defeat by itself. A warrior could not hold a weapon is a defeat right there. So Indra would not pick up the Vajrayuda. Then Vritrasura says again, oh Indra, again with you? You couldn't hold the Vajrayuda till now, and now you held it, and when it is dropped, you don't want to hold it again? Indra, for a warrior, it's not just the victory. There can be a defeat too. We all take turns with the victory and defeat. There's only one person that is always victorious. That's Lord Vishnu. The rest of us all, we just take turns. Either victory or the failure, we just got to go with our job. Vritrasura says, pick up the thunderbolt. It's not about you, Indra. It's about the thunderbolt. You may not be strong, but the thunderbolt is strong. Vritrasura can't wait to die. Huh? So he again encourages Indra to pick up the thunderbolt. And here the lesson for us is, for us, when we are given a service like for Indra, in his post, his service is, in this scenario, just pick up the thunderbolt, follow the instruction of Lord Vishnu. But here Indra is thinking, till now he didn't have the faith on the thunderbolt. Like the Harinam and like the bhakti process that is endorsed to us, right? But look at the faith of the Vritrasura. That's where we want to derive that faith from. We have these contrasting examples in front of us. Is my faith like Indra? Oh, I wish my faith is like Vritrasura. Right? And now, when the thunderbolt fell down, Vritrasura is saying, it's not about you, Indra. These success and failures, they come. We just have to keep going in our dharma. That's Vritrasura's words. And here is Indra thinking, here I am Indra. I am the warrior. And I dropped this thunderbolt weapon. Alas, it's so insulting for me. As a Kshatriya, I dropped my weapon and I don't want to hold it back. I am insulted. He is so much lost in the doership of I am insulted as a Kshatriya. And here is Vritrasura reminding, it's not about you, Indra, it's about the thunderbolt. You are not the doer here, just pick up the thunderbolt. That's what Vritrasura is reminding Indra of his service. He says, service is service, keep going. Success or failure, that's a different zone, a zone of duality. The service is a zone of transcendental realm. Srila Prabhupada said, he says, I'm unable to recall the exact words, but the import is, success or failure, that does not matter. The devotee just goes on with the service. He says it even more beautifully, very more impactfully. But the point is, it does not matter if it is success or failure. Service belongs to a different category. Success and failure belongs to a duality category. Service belongs to the transcendental category. So they are not in the same category, success, failure, and service. No, service just goes on uninterrupted in spite of ups and downs, praise, criticism. So-called success, so-called failure, so-called praise, so-called criticism. This is the world of duality. But success is not in the world of duality. Success is on the absolute. So that is Vritrasura saying, the words of Vritrasura, that we want those words to ring in our ears. When we tend to think like Indra, then it's the hero Vritrasura reminding us how to think. Yeah. And this time he says, okay, now pick up the thunderbolt. Then he throws so Indra was hesitant, so Vritrasura throws one more weapon, and this time he has to pick up thunderbolt, and he cuts the hand of Vritrasura with the thunderbolt, one hand of Vritrasura. And smashes the weapon. And with the other hand, Vritrasura still fights. With the other hand, he throws one more weapon onto Indra. And by this time, Indra is chopping off. He chops off the second hand of Vritrasura also, because the thunderbolt is in action now. So the two hands are cut off. Vritrasura. Does Vritrasura stop there? He has a mix of all dharmas. He was following Yuddha Niti, the code and conduct of battle, the battleground. And he was also following his spirit of that he was meant to fight, right? He was born for that purpose, so he was doing that also. At the same time, the devotion within him is so much that he could not wait to be killed, to be liberated from that body. He says that, these words in the Bhagavatam. Oh Indra, come, liberate me from this demonic body. I can't wait to go to my, to that saint that has given me the shelter. Liberate me from this body, kill me. Vritrasura. So he couldn't wait. His devotion was so much that he couldn't wait to leave this body. A combination of all this was going on with Rasura. And Indra, by this time, he was reluctant to kill Rasura. He chopped off the hands. And he was reluctant to kill Vritrasura. But because he was thinking, what is this? I'm killing one after the other. I kill first disrespected Brahmana. I kill that Vishwarupa. And he is also, Vritrasura is also a Brahmana because the father is Tvashta. And on top of all these things, Indra heard the praise of Vritrasura. Yeah, he says, you are glorious. You are not an ordinary soul. And you are swimming the nectarian ocean of the glories of the Lord, unlike me. He realized that, Indra. And he didn't want it to kill. But he chopped off the arms and he didn't want to kill Vritrasura. Killing would be to chop off his head. So, but the sages said he did not kill. Yeah, didn't want to kill Vritrasura. By this time, Vritrasura, 2 heads were chopped off and Indra was there. He has his thunderbolt, but Vritrasura would not stop. He has no hands to hold any weapons, but he has a mouth. He opens huge mouth and swallows Indra. And then Vritrasura got done. Indra is not here anymore. And since there is nobody to fight, Vritrasura goes into trance. He goes into trance. But Indra is there inside the belly of Vritrasura. And with the thunderbolt in his hands, Indra makes his way out of the belly of Vritrasura. He cuts open the belly of Vritrasura and comes out. Even then, Vritrasura is not dead. He's in Samadhi. And Indra is now hesitant to kill Vritrasura. He's to cut off the head of Vritrasura. He's hesitant. Then all these saints and everybody, in the Tapoloka, everybody says, this is your duty. You have to go ahead and do this. Because you are the king of the heaven and you have to, as to be in that position, this is one of your duties. So you go ahead, kill Vritrasura. And then he's thinking, oh my God, these sins, one after the other. And that too, this great devotee, he had heard the prayers of Vritrasura. And nobody else, whoever is prompting him to kill, they did not hear, so they don't know. Nobody in the universe knows how glorious of a devotee Vritrasura is. Indra knew. He was hesitant to kill. But all of them, because of the administrative reason, he had to kill Vritrasura. So, and that was also, part of the service, the instruction that has received, right? So Vritrasura, Indra, with the Vajrayudha, chops off the head of Vritrasura after coming out from his belly. It took about 1 year for Indra to chop off the head of Vritrasura. And what's happening to Vritrasura meanwhile? Nothing. Exactly as Dadichi. By this time, Vritrasura was in deep meditation of the Lord. He couldn't wait to get out of the body. He didn't care if Indra comes and kills. He was in that deep absorption. So even before Vritrasura had killed him, Indra has killed Vritrasura. Vritrasura's soul left the body. And so in this way, the glorious departure of the divine hero, the hero with all those divine qualities, Vritrasura, was liberated. His soul was liberated from the demoniac body and entered into the place where he was eager to go, to the Bhagavatas, to the shelter of those Bhagavatas who engaged him in the seva. Right? What was his prayer? Why was he asking the shelter of the Bhagavatas? It was in the other slide, right? Mana, with the mind, smaret, asupate, guna. Because in the shelter of the Bhagavatas, he wanted to absorb his mind in the thought of the guna of Lord Hari and use his word in the glories of Lord Hari and use the body in the seva of Lord Hari. So he has entered to that destination where he could do that. And now Indra, he is feeling so bad. Oh, everybody is praising Indra. Oh yeah, you killed Vritrasura, yeah. But Indra knows the truth. Who Vritrasura is. He was feeling so bad. And the sin of killing Vritrasura is not just a Brahmana, but the great demon. He had to undergo undergo that the fruits of his sin, Papa Phalam, for 1,000 years. So he went into the lotus. This is 6th. Where is it here? He goes into the lotus stem at the Manas Sarovar. And there he resides for 1,000 years. And he gets very emaciated. And there he gets benediction after his purification and repenting. He gets blessings from Mother Lakshmi, and Lord Shiva is also there at Manas Sarovar. But in the meanwhile, as Indra has gone and hid himself in the stem of the lotus at Manas Sarovar, the Indra post was empty, the Swarga post was empty, and a king named Nahusha occupied that post during this time. But by this time, Indra has come out from the stem of the lotus and took the blessings of Mother Lakshmi, and Lord Shiva was also there in Manas Sarovar and went back to rule the heavenly kingdom. So this is the story of Vritrasura, the glorious devotee in a demoniac body. And so we will quickly summarize what we have heard so far. I have a feeling this is the 12th chapter, right? Please give me a second, dear devotees. Alashvati. This is 10, 11, 12. What's it, 10, 9, 12, 13. Bhagavata. Yeah, this was the one. Yes, let me. I guess you are able to see this, right? Yeah, Indra was afflicted by sinful reaction. Yeah, this is what I was trying to say. Indra, after killing Vritrasura, he had to experience that sin. So it is said in Bhagavatam, the sin that he has done took form of an old lady with leprosy and blood and haunted him. In any case, Indra had to experience all the sin that he has committed. So this is the lotus stem, and Indra was hiding there for 1 year, emaciated. Yeah, this is all we have already discussed. And the sages said, Indra, you go ahead, kill, and he killed, and he got the sin. So he was hiding in this stem here. That's a beautiful picture, though. This is the stem of the lotus in the Manas Sarovara. So Indra suffered and he was unhappy. And he lived invisibly in Manas Sarovara lake for 1,000 years in the stem of this lotus. And during this time, Nahusha ruled heaven during Indra's absence. And Indra's sins diminished by the influence of Rudra and Lakshmi Devi, who is residing in the lotus, and with the Indra's meditation on Lord Vishnu. With the effect of these three great personalities, Indra is purified by this time and then regained his position. And this basically, we have covered everything. I was just trying to see where this picture of Indra in stem is. This is the one. Okay. So that is the deities. This is about Vritrasura, the divine hero, the hero with the divine qualities. So, what did we discuss today? What did we hear? Vritrasura, how to. So the demigods, after getting the benediction from Lord Vishnu, they approach the Dichi, and so they come to the Dichi Muni, and then when the demigods ask for the body of the Dichi, he says, no, how can a Jiva give that? It's very painful. And after that he says, yes, of course. I just wanted to hear from you what the dharma of a Jiva is. And of course, I'm ready to give this body. This body is going to be purified anyway. And this body has to be utilized for the welfare of others. And I feel very pitiful for those who do not have compassion on others. These are the words of that Mahatma, the Dichi. Body to be utilized for the welfare of others. And I feel pitiful for those who does not have compassion on others. He says that he goes into meditation, does not feel a bit of pain, and his soul gets separated from the body. And from the bones of the Dichi, Vishwakarma makes the thunderbolt. Lord Vishnu empowers the thunderbolt with his power, and Indra chases. Indra races to Vritrasura, and in the very beginning of the war itself, the demons, they started to escape. They wanted to escape, and demigods were chasing them. So Vritrasura, the great hero, chastises the demoniac friends and urges them to welcome the death gloriously, since it is inevitable anyway, and then turns towards the demigods and says, what kind of demigods are you? Is this the code and conduct in the war zone? And then he goes towards Indra. Indra, you're such a butcher. Huh? You're such a sinner. If I kill you, even the fire will not touch you. If you kill me, I'm happy to give this body to all the living beings. And I can't wait to go touch the dust of saintly Narada Muni, who says that. And after that, Indra still looks at Vritrasura, doesn't want to fight. And he dares to throw the club, and the club is a little piece with the pinky finger. Vritrasura throws that club back on Indra. Just with that impact, Airavata and Indra are thrown 18 feet away. And Airavata starts vomiting blood. Then Vritrasura waits. So he was following the dharma of the warrior also on the war zone. And when it's time to use the thunderbolt, Indra was hesitating. The faith that he had on the thunderbolt, the faith he had on his Gada was more than the faith he had on the thunderbolt. On the words of Lord Vishnu, Vritrasura had great faith on the Vajrayuda, great faith on the words of Lord Vishnu that were given to Indra. So Vritrasura was reminding about the faith that he needs to have, Indra needs to have in the Vajrayuda, in the instructions of Lord Vishnu that is given. He's like a Siksha Guru. Vritrasura is like a huge body and huge bhakti. In the battlefield, single Vritrasura, he is instructing Indra how to fight, how to think, devotion, everything. Vritrasura was a Siksha Guru for Indra. So he said, you should have that kind of faith. That's about thunderbolt. And after that, when he tries to throw the thunderbolt, when the thunderbolt falls down, when Indra is hesitated to pick it up, then Vritrasura again teaches Indra, it's not about you, Indra, it's about the thunderbolt. It's not about you, it's about the service. Keep going. Failure and success, they do not touch service. Service has to go on. Pick up the thunderbolt, Indra. Pick up the Vajrayuda. Vritrasura is instructing. The Siksha Guru is instructing Indra. And then, of course, then Indra picks up the prayers of Vritrasura, right? Before his hands get cut off. The 4 beautiful prayers of Vritrasura. He was very clear about what he wants. Tava padamulai kadasanudasam bhavitasmi bhuya. Very clear about what he doesn't want. Nothing of this Brahmanda, and no mystic powers, no liberation. And he had his internal mellows with the Lord, the dependency and the earnestness, and also eagerness to serve. And then quickly he realizes, I am a conditioned soul, alas. Yes, I have all this earnestness, dependency. I realize that I'm dependent, but I can be capable of doing any service only when I am with Uttama Shloka Janeshu, Sakhyam, with the association of those Jana who are with Uttama Shloka, taking shelter of the Lord, the devotees. Without those Sharanagata Bhaktas inside and without the Bhaktas outside, without the devotee association, I will not be able to serve. So please give me that devotee association. Uttam Shloka Janeshu is basically those pure devotees that have taken the shelter of Uttama Shloka. Those are the 4 beautiful slokas we have heard. And after that, Indra chops off the hands of Vritrasura. And then even before, after Indra is swallowed by Vritrasura, Vritrasura goes into deep meditation. He does not know the pain of Indra coming out of his tummy, his stomach being torn, and he didn't know the pain of his head being cut off because he was already in deep samadhi like Dadichi, and he left the body. Yeah, so that is all very wonderful. He went back to the spiritual realm, to the abode of those sadhus, where he can be engaged in the katha, shravana, in the seva, and in the smarana. That's the glorious departure of Vritrasura and his devotion in the battlefield. that he couldn't wait to get out of this body. And after that, of course, Indra, he was sinful and he had to come to Manasarovar, and he's there in the lotus stem, and then his sins are cut down, and decreased by the mercy of Lakshmi Devi there and his meditation on Lord Vishnu, and Lord Rudra is also helps him to come over his sins. That's all, dear devotees. The Falashruti is there. Sukadeva Goswami says more Falashrutis for more like, you become victorious in the battlefield, everything. But for us, the devotees, the Falashruti is become victorious in the devotion. Vritrasura, the devotion that he had, that he can't wait to get out of the demoniac body. So with that mood of Vritrasura, with the faith of that Vritrasura had, with the earnestness that Vritrasura had, that will be our guiding light in our devotion. So, Vritrasura Mahajana ki jaya, a greatest devotee in the demonic body, like Prahlad Maharaj. He was in the demonic body, the greatest devotee. Vritrasura is also like that. So Sukadeva Goswami narrates the whole thing, and then Prahlad Maharaj wonders. Yeah, I know Indra was wondering how big of a devotee he is, how great of a devotee he is. I am also wondering, Guru Varya, how come he is such a huge demon meant only to do one war in his life and to be killed? Where is this devotion coming from? Who was he in his previous life? And that's when the story of Chitra. Much.